Cosmo! 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 Oops. Hey guys, it's July 12th. It's the third day of this. And I lost my sunglasses. So you get to see the cross-eyed Palooza because I can't hide behind the Casey Neistat sunglasses method. I'm already looking at the screen instead of the camera. God, this is gonna be rough. So yesterday I was editing the video and I noticed one of the things that I tend to do a lot is talk down on myself while trying to explore something negative in my life. And editing footage like that makes me see it from an audience perspective or a third person perspective. And I noticed that I don't come off that great, I think. I don't come off as profound as I think I do. I don't come off as emotionally mature as I think I do. I think I come off as someone who's just whining. There are gardeners everywhere today. So I may have to go down a block or two to actually get some decent sound. Although yesterday's video was, see, just like that. These are nice apartments up here. I'm also walking down a new path today. I don't think I've driven this far down this road, let alone walked it. It doesn't lead to anywhere I've ever really had to go, so I haven't had to worry about it. So that's pretty exciting. Something that is kind of weird, I noticed that these apartments... So all it takes is 2 blocks down the street for you to see parts of your neighborhood you didn't even know existed. Over there, the big old greenhouse. Where is it? There it is. I had no idea. 2 blocks down from my apartment, there's a greenhouse. This place is where I was born and where I've spent most of my life. And you'd think when that happens that you would know most of the things the city had to offer. But sure enough, all it took was 2 blocks down from my house to realize that there's a high school that I had no idea even existed as I trip off the sidewalk. So this morning I was procrastinating on actually getting to the walk, and I started messing around on YouTube and watching some more videos from a few different filmmaking creators that I follow. And I found one new YouTuber called This Guy Edits, who makes videos all about the art of editing film, or I guess editing video. He's not really editing film. And he had a video up about the art of Casey Neistat's vlogs and his editing. And I've been watching Casey Neistat for about 2 years now. And he's been a huge inspiration in the evolution of filmmaking for me. And not that he's necessarily the next step in mainstream filmmaking, but he is proof that the idea of making movies and making videos can branch off into anybody's idea of creativity. That it isn't stuck behind the wall of one definition. Casey Neistat's success and professionalism and talent shows that I guess anything is possible. Now I would say for today's internet age, Casey Neistat is a little more bubblegum than some other stuff out there. But personally, it's something that inspires me. I wonder if you're even going to be able to see that well in these clips. The shadow under these trees is pretty harsh, but they are beautiful. I wonder what's behind this fence. It says private property, and there's spikes on top to keep people from jumping in. What is it? Maybe I should be a little bit more worried about seeing what's over this fence. There's a cop killer in there. Well, down here. Anyway, from that guy's video on Casey Neistat's editing style, I got linked to another channel of a girl who made a how-to vlog like Casey video that was actually pretty funny and hit the nail on the head with parodying his style without necessarily disrespecting it. I think she actually showed great respect for his style, just kind of showcasing the fact that there are techniques that he uses and replicates. And it made me wonder what these videos might be like if I took the time and care that Casey Neistat does to make them. Now, the idea of doing that daily sounds terrifying, but I'd like to try it one of these days. So I'm thinking one day that I actually don't have work later in the day, my morning walk might actually be a little travel adventure. Maybe even if it's just something small. Just as an exercise, maybe not necessarily to emulate Casey Neistat's style, but to help find my own and find what I like. Maybe emulating styles is how you find traits of other people's styles that you like, is how you adapt to the traits of other people's styles and create your own. I think that's a good strategy. I kind of want to try it. I feel like this walk might end up being a little longer than others just because I don't know where I'm going. So I don't think that my test videos or me finding my own style is going to look like specifically emulating other people's styles. Like, I'm not going to make a Casey Neistat style video. I'm not going to make a DSLR guide style video. I'm just going to try and practice getting a little more dynamic than just what I've been doing today in the last 2 days. See where that takes me. It's exciting. And it is getting hotter and hotter earlier in the morning now. It's weird how I spend all year forgetting how hot it gets in Southern California during the summer. I had no idea that there was a gated community just a few blocks away too. This is nuts. All right, I feel like I've gone far enough. I'm gonna turn around. I haven't, sorry.
Thank you.
That's so sad, their dog got out. At least they're out looking for him. That's at least encouraging to see. I remember one time when I was in high school, my cat got out and I spent a day looking for him. Couldn't find him anywhere in the neighborhood and I got terrified. So the first thing I did was make lost cat posters and had a big full color picture of him on the front and printed out hundreds of copies on my grandparents' printer and pasted them up all over my neighborhood, the next neighborhood over. Like, I was determined to find him. And come to find out, he was in the neighbor's garage. It was like a shared garage complex and he was just one door over and they happened to close it. And the next day it was open and he came running out. In retrospect, it's just kind of funny how easy it was to find him and how much my grandfather was furious at me for wasting a ton of money in printer ink. But you know, when you love your pets, you do just about anything for them. Like make your grandparents spend hundreds of dollars in printer ink. Text messages. And just like that, with that text message, I have work scheduled for 2:45 today, which I think gives me about 3 hours after I wrap this up and head out to transfer some footage and edit for a little bit. So it looks like another day of only getting through about a third of my editing, and then going to work, then coming home and finishing editing around 9, 10 o'clock. Oh well, as long as it's done in a day. So I've never been a real big coffee guy. I've never liked the taste, and I've never liked how much sugar I have to add to make it taste tolerable. But I've also found myself very recently dependent on caffeine. Not just to feel awake, but my mood I found is severely improved by caffeine. And that's not every day because I'm really worried about building a dependency on something like that or watching the diminishing returns of it. So I've had to find alternatives, and the big ones for me recently have been those 5-hour energy shots and energy drinks, preferably the sugar-free ones. But what ends up happening is cars! And I've seen that develop into a reliance on the soda-like stuff, and I hate that feeling. I don't want to constantly be pouring. I'm just not very happy with the idea of having to have something so sweet. I don't need that much sugar. So, actually starting the same day as this project, I'm now on a green tea kick. I brew it the night before because this tumbler actually keeps stuff really warm, keeps it really hot. So I have to put the boiling water into it at night, steep the tea, take the tea bags out, and then let the finished tea just sit on the counter overnight in this tumbler. So by the time that I go for a walk in the morning, it's actually tolerably warm. It's not room temperature, it's not cold. It's actually where I prefer to be drinking it, and it's been sitting for 12 hours. And it's funny how getting up in the morning and making these videos has created a routine that helps me build routines and other things as well. I've actually only had unsweetened tea and water since I started this. I've been eating a home-cooked breakfast and dinner every day. I've been trying to stay consistently healthy in my food habits. I've been walking more. There's the mailman. Hopefully he delivered the only thing I ended up purchasing on Prime Day. Was a USB-C hub for my new MacBook. So I remember those people who drove by in their car saying that they were looking for a small Yorkie. And while filming, I ran into a small Yorkie a few blocks away. So I turned the camera off and I tried to pick him up. And he was kind of hesitant to be picked up. I hooked part of his collar, and then he started wiggling and wrestling away and slipped out of his collar and ran down the block, but sure enough ran to his owner, who was standing on the side of the sidewalk on the other side of the street, just kind of watching, not saying anything. She wasn't offended or wasn't mad that I was trying to grab her dog. She thought I was just kind of petting him. And I double checked with her to see if this was the dog that was missing, and it wasn't. So I kind of just came off like a creep, and the dog wasn't found, or at least by me. Hope he's okay. Hope they find him. Well, that about wraps up this walk. I don't think this has any story to it. I don't think I told any one long story. I don't think I made any big revelations, but maybe that's another thing to be excited about. But I went out without a plan today, and this is what came out of it. So it's interesting to see what that looks like. Anyway, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow.